Hey bro, what GoPro setup do you have?
I'm gonna tell you.
Today's episode is brought to you by GoPro. GoPro, yeah. What's up, dude? So just to clear it up, I'm not sponsored by GoPro, nor do they pay me any money to say this. GoPro is just awesome, and yeah, so I want to clear that up so I don't get sued or anything like that. But yeah, so GoPro, my MotoVlog setup. I'm gonna go over that. I got people hitting me up all the time for it. I love GoPro. It's probably the best action camera you could probably get. They have multiple different ones. Personally, I have the Hero 9. The newest one is the Hero 10. They also have a GoPro 360. Great camera as well. But for what I do and the motovlogging that I do along with the riding, GoPro, just the normal GoPro, either 9 or 10. Some of you guys have 8, 7s. They're all great. But the 360 just doesn't sort of fit what I use it for, if that makes sense. As far as the GoPro, so this is my GoPro. This is my Simpson helmet. Simpson, yeah. But this is my GoPro. It's a Hero 9. I actually got this at Costco. It came in a bundle with a couple batteries, some other things like a selfie stick, stuff I don't actually use, but it was good to have it. On the GoPro, I have a media mod. The media mod you can buy at Best Buy. You can buy them pretty much anywhere. I think even Amazon has them. But yeah, media mod. The media mod does come with, let's get a little closer, come with the windscreen, which is this little piece. And it goes over this mic right here. And it actually blocks the wind very well. I do set, so when you plug the media mod in, you have to sort of set the GoPro to work off the media mod, but I do set the mic to the back of the camera if I'm riding. That way the wind isn't constantly getting blown in the front camera. The windscreen's good, but I would like to have the audio as clear as possible. So I set it to the back of the camera if I'm riding, and the front of the camera if I'm doing a vlog like this. Now this episode is actually shot on my iPhone because I have to show you the GoPro. So yeah, that's the media mod. The media mod's cool because you obviously can charge it. They got these little slots right here. You can charge it there. It does have a 3.5 millimeter auxiliary port, which is right there, and that is how I run the mic, an external mic, into my helmet. I just plug it in right there. I wire the mic through my helmet and I plug it into this port. So that is also a plus. The top slot is for if you have like a computer, you can plug the GoPro into the computer rather than having to download all the footage over Wi-Fi. It could be, or over Bluetooth rather. It could be quicker. I actually haven't tried it. I usually just download everything off Bluetooth and I just sort of let it sit and do its thing. It actually is pretty quick over Bluetooth, so I don't think it makes a difference. It might be faster, it might not be. I have no idea, I couldn't tell you. On the GoPro, so when I first got the GoPro, I had just the normal lens that it came with. Now GoPro sells different lenses. They sell ND filters, they sell a ton of different lenses that you can buy for them. Rather they're made by either GoPro or not GoPro, they all fit. You just have to make sure you get the right one for the right model. The 9 and 10 Heroes are pretty similar as far as the camera itself. They both have the front facing screen and all that. But the as far as the 9 and the 10, I think the lenses are all the same. So I know the mod, the media mod, which is the casing on the outside of the GoPro itself, is the same for 9 and 10. So the media mod, all it is just the mod for the mic and the outlet for the charging, the windscreen, external mics and all that. It just literally just slides off. And then there is a little port in there where it plugs it in, which is nice because you don't have to take the GoPro in and out every time you want to charge it. You do take the cover, the battery little lever thing off. You take it off to be able to fit this on, because that is your new lever, right? So you literally just slide it in like that, done, snap it, closed, it's good to go, right? Now I did recently get a max lens mod. It is made by GoPro. They do have them at Best Buy again, Amazon. I'm sure you can get it at a bunch of different places. I was sort of looking into these for quite a while. I actually like the idea of it, and what it does is it gives you an extra field of view. So most GoPros, they have the super view, which I'm sure you guys are aware of. And that gives you a good field of view. It really does. But I wanted that little extra bit that I could possibly squeeze out of this camera, especially with motovlogs and writing. You sort of want as much field of view as you can get. Now with this mod, this lens mod, it gives you 155 degrees field of view, which is amazing, all right? Comes with a cap and all that. That is the lens mod. It's like straight fisheye. It's an awesome mod. It does have the horizontal stabilization on it. So GoPros, they have hyper smooth, so it smooths out when you're riding. So like if you're riding and obviously you're gonna hit bumps, and the GoPro is gonna feel that. Everything you run over is gonna feel. With hyper smooth, it does a really good job is stabilizing the camera in the picture, right? With this, what it does is it stabilizes your horizontal view. So if you tilt your head like this to look over your shoulder, or you just tilt your head, typically when you tilt your head to turn, your head tilts a little bit, right? You don't notice it, but it does. This keeps it straight as possible, no matter what. If I turn the camera like this, it's still gonna stay horizontal. It doesn't matter. If I go 100% sideways, it'll probably, it's gonna look like you tilted the camera sideways. But as far as, you can go probably, I don't know, 75 degrees before it sort of flips it over, before you notice that, okay, wait, the camera's getting tilted. But I've tried it out. It works great. The horizontal stabilization just makes it even smoother than it already is. The field of view is amazing. You can really see the handlebars and everything in front of you, along with on the outside of the handlebars. It's crazy what it did. I'm super happy I got it. It's a game changer for motovlogging, especially. If you guys aren't into motovlogging or just action sports, it gives you that extra bit of field of view that I personally like when I'm watching vlogs and all of that, you know what I mean? I used to be a skater when I was a kid, so the big thing when I was a skater was fisheye. All the guys, they were filming with fisheye lenses, it gave it that extra kick that it needed. It sort of warped the image a little bit, so it more looked sort of like a globe rather than just a straight flat screen. It adds a little more extra excitement and motion and all that. Other than that, though, that is my setup. Now with the helmet, and the reason you guys can hear me so clearly is because unfortunately with the media mod alone, and if you're riding, it's great. If you're not riding, you don't need a mic. You don't need an external mic. If you're riding though, you have a lot of wind noise obviously and all that, so you want to have and you're talking, so that voice needs to come from inside the helmet, because otherwise you're going to get drowned out by wind noise and cars and all that. So in the helmet, I have something called a Rode mic. Again, they are at Best Buy. They're probably like 30 bucks. I think I had one laying around in the house, and I just used what I had. But this is a Rode mic. It is a very good mic actually, and it's reasonably priced. There are better ones out there, yes, but this does the job for me, and I like it. So yeah, okay. This is the Rode mic, 3.5 millimeter. It is ran up through the helmet, and then I wrapped it. What it does is it comes up in sort of the earpiece. You can lift this cushion off, and I sort of wrapped it up, in like a coil almost, and I put it sort of so the little clip that's in these Simpson helmets, there's like a little button that you have to push in and it snaps in. That's what locks this cheek pad in. But I wrapped it around that little pen or like clip, I guess. And then I pushed the cheek pad in, so it's literally wrapped around that. It's not going anywhere. I don't think I can show you. Here, maybe I can. Maybe I can take this off, chin strap, and show you where the mic is at. Now in this helmet, I have a Lexan G16. Great product, hell yeah. I also, so with this, I have another mic, so I can, if I need to take phone calls or anything like that, all I gotta do is press this, and there is a mic in there. So I have two mics in this helmet. Do I feel them? No. Is it in the way? No. They're actually right here in the front of where they need to be. So the Rode mic is, I'm trying to get this off for you guys. There it goes. Okay. So this mic right here is, I don't know if you can see it, that is the Lexan mic. It does have a windscreen on it, and there's little levers right here in the Simpson Ghost Bandits where they open up these little vents right here so you can get air. I close them because I want it to be as clear as possible. So I want to make sure those are closed. Next time I ride, those are closed. On the other side, I have the Rode mic, and it's literally that small. It comes with a little clip, some Velcro, and you're good to go. I love the mic. It's super clear. Again, if you need to edit audio, it is very easy to do it. You can. And then from there, I plug this adapter into the media mic, into the bottom hole on the media mic. It's that simple. That is what I use. Every GoPro has these little clips that shoot out of the GoPro right there. Those from there get attached to my mount. This mount is specifically for Simpson Ghost Bandit. This company is called RideTech. Or no, sorry, I had a RideTech. This company is called Chin Mounts. They do have a website. They make a bunch of different mounts for a bunch of different helmets. That's why I like them, is because if you can see, it sort of has, like when you put the helmet on, it's not just like that, right? It's more like that. So it has the angle that you need. It's fatter on the bottom and skinnier on the top. So it has the angle that you need. That way it's flat when you're actually wearing the helmet. So I just typed in my model of the helmet. They had a chin mount. I bought the chin mount. It came out, it maybe got here in like a week. Super speedy delivery, which I'm happy about. And yeah, and it's literally just a 3M adhesive pad. You heat up the adhesive pad, make sure you wipe down the helmet where it's gonna be stuck to, and then heat the back of the pad up so you know it's nice and warm when it goes on, and then just put it on and hold it there for like maybe 60 seconds. Make sure it's not going anywhere. If you need to take it off and redo it, you can, but every time you do that, it obviously loses the adhesiveness, right? So from that, now they sell the mounts themselves. Like this is the mount, right? But they sell the attachments for the mount. I'm pretty sure they sell them on their website as well. I actually had a whole bag of them, which I don't have in here, but I had a whole bag of them. This is the mount I use. It's a little hook. It comes with a little pin. You slip the GoPro in here, take the pin, and you screw it in until it's tight enough where it's not going anywhere, right? And then from there, you literally just pop it on the helmet, easy peasy. It's not going anywhere, no matter what, right? It's stuck on there. 3M pads are great. They don't go anywhere. That's one of the reasons I love chin mounts. They make a great product. I did have RideTech. They are a Canadian-based company, but unfortunately it didn't have the sort of the angle that I wanted it at. It was always constantly it sat flat on there. So the problem with that was I was having to put an attachment onto this to make it even arm up more. That way I could spin the GoPro up. But with this GoPro, it worked. It actually ended up working out perfectly. My buddy, the C Cub, Jared, C Cub Stunts, he is the one who actually, no, it wasn't him. It was Jared Beasley Tacoma. Give him a follow, cool dude. He actually turned me off. And I just dropped my camera. So sorry guys, didn't mean to drop you on your face. Happens from time to time, right? Okay. So, now that we're back, Jared Beasley, he is the guy who recommended me this company. He found it online, said, hey, dude, maybe you should order it. So I did, and I was super happy with it. I'm sure I'm putting the GoPro on so you guys can see it. Okay, so that is the GoPro on the helmet, just like that. Now, you can sort of spin this how you want it. Once you get on the bike, look in a mirror or whatever you got to do to sort of spin it how you want it. I like it personally about right there because that's sort of where I need it for it to see over my bars. And I have like 13-inch pullback bars on my bike, so it comes up a little bit. But I'm also 6'3", so I'm pretty high up to begin with. But yeah, that's sort of where I want it. Depending on the view that you want your viewers to have, you can either shoot it down more, that way it's sort of seeing your gauges or your bike, or you can shoot it up more so you can sort of see over your fairing or your windshield, or you just want to see the sky more, right? Personally, I like it about right there. I like it sort of like an even field of view, if that makes sense. So that is my setup, guys. I hope I answered all of your questions. You know what? Let me get into the settings, because I know I'm gonna post this video and people are gonna be like, oh, hey bro, what about the settings? So I'm gonna knock out 2 birds, 1 stone. Let's go. So, settings. Okay, settings. Let's see what we got here. So the only bad thing I did not mention about the max lens. Max lens is awesome. I love everything about it. The only thing, and it doesn't really affect me, but the only thing that some people probably will have a problem with is you can only shoot in a max of 2.7 60 frames per second with the max lens. Reason being is because this is considered an action lens. And action cameras alone typically only shoot in 2.7 60. That is a true action camera. Can they do more? Yes. But the reason they do 60 frames a second is that way you can slow it down in editing if you need to. I personally maybe have done it once or twice, but I shoot in 2.7 regardless of the max lens mod, just because it's such a smaller file in editing. It takes half the time to edit it and upload it. And like if you upload a video on YouTube that's in 4K 60, it's going to take probably 2 to 3 days before the full resolution is actually able to be processed. So when I upload a video today in 2.7 60, it's still going to take a little while for YouTube to compress it. They're do their end of compressing, and before you can actually go into settings and click okay, the full quality is 1080 60. And again, I uploaded 1080 60, but I shoot in 2.7 60. Reason being is because for me, I can't really tell the difference between 1080 and 4K. I know I said it, you guys are probably gonna I probably just made a lot of guys pissed off, but you know what? That's me, I don't care. So I shoot 2.7 60 and I upload in 1080 60. It's the quality for that for me is good enough, it's clear enough, and it takes half the time for you to get the full quality once it's uploaded. But so with the max lens, yes, it's 2.7 60, and I do have super view on. Because I do motovlogging, I put the wind noise reduction, which is right here. I put that to automatic. That way, if I'm stopped at a light, obviously it's not being used, but if I'm driving at 60 to 80 miles an hour, it's blocking that wind noise to the best of the camera's capability. Then I have another button up here that's for bitrate. Bitrate I have on, that way on high, that way it loads up at a higher bitrate, because the quality is going to be better at a higher bitrate than it will be at a lower bitrate. Horizontal stabilization comes standard with this. I believe you can turn it off if you want, but why not make it smoothest as you can, right? And then as far as everything else, let's go into expert settings. Expert settings, okay, so I got 2.7 60, max super view, hyper smooth I do have on, horizon lock I have on, hindsight I turn off. Don't need it, don't use it. Bitrate is high. Shutter I put on automatic because, obviously you could be going behind a cloud and it gets darker or it gets brighter. The one thing with the GoPros is it's sort of tough, especially if you're driving directly in the sunlight and the sun is directly beating down on this camera. It can get a little tricky in editing to get the right, the color down. But these they do like to have a little bit of a glare, but again, there's ND filters that you can buy online to put on these to help with that. EV composition, I put at -0.5 rather. White balance, sort of a fine line. I personally keep it at 5500. I know guys that do 35 to 55. I like it at 55. That's just me. ISO minimum 100, maximum 400. Again, those changes for everybody. That's just my personal preference. That's what I like it at. Sharpness, I put to high. Why not make it highest quality you can, right? GoPro, another thing is GoPro color. So as far as color goes, there's guys that hate GoPro color and there's guys that love GoPro color. I personally love GoPro Color. I think it gives it a little more extra vibrance. It makes the colors look more bright, I guess. It makes everything more bright, vibrant, and just cool to look at, I think. Without the GoPro Color on, it can tend to dim it down a little bit. It sort of tones down all the colors that are around you. I personally like things bright and vibrant. That's just me. That's how my brain works. It could be different for you guys. It's personal preference. So I keep GoPro Color on, but I also go in editing and I adjust some of the picture on my own. That way I can just sort of make it look, I guess, as best as it possibly could as I'm seeing it. Raw audio. So raw audio I have off because I have the internal mic. If you keep raw audio on, what it does is while you're filming, it saves the audio that you're filming with as a completely separate file. That way if you need to go in and edit the audio, you can. For a while there, I was doing that just because I didn't have the internal mic and I was having to, cut and chop a bunch of audio clips that I had while I was filming, and I had to add them in the video later. Since I have the mic, I don't need it. I don't use it. It is a great tool to have, especially if you're like into, you're doing short movies or videos or even vlogs. Really, it's a great tool to have. I just personally don't use it. The wind I have on auto, and that's just because that's how I like it, and you never know when wind changes, right? Media mod, I set the mic to back camera when I'm riding the bike, is in back. When I'm doing a vlog, I keep it in the front, that way you can hear me better. And then below that is shortcuts. So shortcuts, you get to choose on the buttons that you want to have on the screen itself. So what I mean by that is, let's show you here. Okay, so these are shortcuts. These little 4 buttons all over the camera, those are what the shortcuts you have. Again, I have bitrate, bitrate, horizon lock, wind, and obviously the field of view that you want to have on the camera. Okay, I'm out of breath. So that is what I have on my GoPro, guys. Those are my settings. It doesn't mean that those are the settings to have. That is the settings for me. Those are the settings that I like to have. Again, it could be different for everybody. It depends on what you're doing. That's just my personal preference. I like it, it's worked. I've tried a lot of different methods. I've even gone on YouTube and just sort of saying, hey, what's the best settings for GoPro motovlogging? And it seems like every video is a little different, but the concept is the same. It's sort of, you have to go, it's the trial and error when it comes to motovlogging and the right video settings. And honestly, I still change things from time to time. It depends on what I'm doing. If it's cloudy out, I'm gonna change the EV composition. I'm gonna change some of the color aspects and the ratios a little bit differently than I would if it was sunny and bright out like it is today. Like I said, it's different for everybody. It changes for everybody. But yeah, so that is GoPro. That is my motovlog setup. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm not sponsored by GoPro. I just love their cameras. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I got people hitting me up all the time on Instagram, YouTube, saying, hey dude, can you help me with the settings? I'm more than happy to help. That is what I'm here for. I'll answer to my best of my knowledge, but again, just Google. There's so much information on Google that you can find about GoPros and the best settings and for what you're doing and all that. Tons of videos on YouTube as well. So if you have a question, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out. And thank you for tuning in. I get the bike back on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Ended up going with the 475 cam. So you're gonna hit me up Wednesday or Thursday, and I should have the bike back here. So I'm gonna do another review on that, the rundown of what happened, and I'm gonna do a full wraparound bike review of my bike. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys are excited. Thank you for tuning in, and later, dude. Later, dude.